I feel like I was really attracted to this center of convergence, whatever it is that is being created here. Um, Seeds were planted years ago, as I was competing, and I met Travis, and then I met Kevin, and just the relationship started to build, and they got to see how I carried myself and all these things, and I was fresh out of the Marine Corps, and I think those experiences really shaped how I valued leadership as well. And so, as I'm just like on my own personal journey of figuring out how to lead my own life, just found myself living in Vegas at the right time, and went to the right qualifier and got invited to the draft, and it all just kind of happened so fast and so quickly. And but it doesn't really surprise me. I think that's how God works, is like, you continue to work on yourself and refine who you are internally, and show up for your life and get better every day, and then allow sort of like the universe, God, nature, to pull into your sphere those people that you're going to help grow them and challenge them, and they challenge you and help you grow. So I think all of us carry this sort of blueprint and seed for getting better every day, and we just really value that type of environment, that challenging environment, but also just a very pure hearted and there's sort of a rich environment. And when I mean rich, is just like the soil of what we're creating culturally is very intentional. It's like what we surround ourselves with, what we allow into our sphere. We're all very guarded, and we're all very, yeah, like I said, intentional about, what we put into our vessels, and we just take it seriously. So I think, as I got drafted and pulled into this sort of environment, I just realized really quickly just how, one, it was important for me to show up and continue to like aerate the soil and add my own unique flavor to it all, because I was chosen to do that. And so to continue to show up for the reasons of which I was chosen, which is to be me authentically, and I think I add like a pretty unique flavor to the team, because we all are aligned on a lot of values, but we're not all the same. We're all very unique, and I just think that we all have really helped each other to see different perspectives on how to approach things, but ultimately for a very specific and unified like sort of goal and purpose. So the leadership is kind of off the chart. Like, we're all leading each other in our own ways, and we're all providing forgiveness and healing and all the things that are going to help us just continue to be better people. It's just like a really cool thing to watch, and it's ultimately guided by a higher power, which is the best part. It's like we really don't have to put too much expectations on it. We just kind of keep showing up and keep loving each other and keep forgiving each other and keep supporting each other, and it all just continues to build and build momentum. So. Well, yeah, I mean, just getting to know everybody. They've all got their forms of leading their own lives, and I think, I didn't really know any of them. Um, I didn't know any of them probably over a year ago. I didn't know any of them, so it's just kind of very unique that like these are all completely new characters in my life. But I will say, since the season started, it's been a really cool observation as I've just like watched everybody, how they prepare for their matches, how they get prepared for practice, how they spend their off time, what they're interested in, all these things. So um, it's less, probably I can probably say less about how they've developed as leaders, and just more about how just say something about how good of leaders they actually are. You know, they lead their lives very from a very heart-centered place, and it's pure. The intentions are really pure, and so there's, yeah, it'll be really interesting actually just to see how their lives continue to progress from this spot. You know. 20 years. If I'm alive, if I'm alive in 20 years, yeah, how will I look back at this? Yeah, this time in my life is like kind of yeah, like I'm coming into a fuller version of myself for sure. Like I'm in grad school, I'm in a PhD program, I'm in a really serious relationship, I'm in the PGF, so professional grappling is starting to take over, you know. So it's just like I think I'll be able to communicate to my children that, you know, I was just showing up for my life, and every day I was taking it, you know, seriously and trying to enjoy the journey of it all, you know, taking it day by day. Kevin, Cassandra, Chris, to Ricky, to Todd, to everybody that made this possible. It's been such an honor, and I'm truly so grateful for everything. And I am so incredibly excited as well for the future and what we're going to be able to create together and the differences we're going to be able to make. And just love you guys so much, and bless you all.